And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Realty. The market's starting to boom. The economy's booming. We're noticing the real estate market turning. Interest rates have dropped, and a lot of positive things happening. We've got Mike Murphy back in studio with us as well. He's got a cool giveaway. Mike, go ahead and give a little teaser of that giveaway here.
Yeah, well, I got 20/20 vision, but you see some amazing glasses on me. We're giving away 2 sets of Meta glasses, the new ones, the Generation 2. One for everybody that follows Genesis at Tampa, at Genesis at Tampa on Instagram, and the same thing for following Miracle Toyota on Instagram at Miracle Toyota FL.
Nice. All right, good stuff. Yeah, and we're going to talk about the economy as well, and also the manufacturing that Trump is recently touting, moving a lot of manufacturing facilities back into the United States, kind of onshoring what a lot of the 80s and 90s politicians did with offshoring. We're bringing that back, and that's booming the economy. Also, I got a really cool clip from Marco Rubio's conversation on Capitol Hill, or on the Hill this week. Really cool conversation around that and what's happening with on the military side, the strategic side, growing our country, making it more resilient to a lot of our overseas threats: Russia, Cuba, China, Iran, to name a few. Also, so Mike Murphy, Murphy Auto Group here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Trump Kid Accounts, love this idea, helping the children get that head start with investing, kind of building up that momentum. You know, it also helps instill the American, the American dream, the love of the American dream. Corporations aren't bad. Corporations can be good. So we'll talk about that as well here on the program. Also, later on as well, President Donald Trump says he's going to sue J.P. Morgan Chase for debanking him. I don't blame him for that. It's pretty crazy to see what happened in the aftermath of the January 6th events. So we'll dive into that and more here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Before we do, a couple of hot listings. We always like to feature our real estate properties live on air, maximizing the exposure and the profit on the sale of our real estate listings. If you're buying, selling, investing, or refinancing, we would love to talk to you. 2488 Del Rio Way, Dunedin, Florida. A beautiful listing right here in Dunedin. Great opportunity to buy real estate. This is a single-family home, 3-2 with a one-car garage, 1,407 square feet, just under a quarter-acre lot here. All new kitchen cabinetry, quartz counters, white shaker cabinetry there, stainless steel appliances, farm sink, breakfast bar, completely renovated, new windows and everything here. And you're a stone's throw away from the Dunedin Causeway, Pinellas Trail, Honeymoon Island. You got the beautiful beaches around the corner as well. So a beautiful biking opportunity to bike over to the beaches. 2488 Del Rio Way, Dunedin, Florida. Absolutely gorgeous home right here in Tampa Bay. Beautiful invest here in Tampa Bay. We would love to talk to you. We've got another new listing here at 9078 Birmingham Avenue in Weeki Wachee, Florida. This is another property that we just listed up on the northern side of our listening audience in Weeki Wachee. It's 9078 Birmingham Avenue, another beautiful property. By the way, we have a vacant lot in Hudson. Let's look at 6374 Boatyard Drive on Hudson. This is a corner lot location. Build your dream home right here on this blank canvas. It's 6374 Boatyard Drive, 0.37 acre lot, one of the largest waterfront building lots in the area. You have 176 feet of brand new concrete seawall with your own private boat ramp as well, right on your own lot. Great opportunity to build kind of that blank canvas to build your dream home right here in beautiful Tampa Bay, Hudson Beach area as well. You can see all of our listings online at platinummvpteam.kw.com, and you can search the MLS there as well. And you can also see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors. Subscribe to our YouTube channels at consumerqb.com.
Only in America, dreaming in red, white, and blue.
All right, we got Mike Murphy back in studio with us, Murphy Auto Group. Welcome back in, sir.
Man, it's great to be back in. We're awfully excited to be back in. A little rusty. Might need a microphone. Who knows?
There you go. Yeah, well, I love those glasses, those Meta glasses. I've never tried those yet. Those are pretty cool. Walking around
they're
recording.
awesome. Yeah, day 2 of them. I didn't know they played music,
Okay.
So that's a nice added benefit. The lens is changing, you go outside. It's a great giveaway. We're always playing with technology. The real reason I'm trying these out is we're trying to always meet and exceed customer expectations at Murphy Auto Group, specifically at Genesis of Tampa. Our luxury customers deserve to see the same thing the technicians see. So we've ordered dozens of these, and the idea is when you come in for service, and instead of telling you what's wrong with your car via a service advisor, our technicians will be able to hit play, walk around your car. Is the oil pan leaking or seeping? You'll be able to see it yourself. Give ultimate transparency and ultimate confidence when we service your Genesis at Genesis of Tampa.
Yeah, I love that, man. And you guys recently helped my family out. My wife got a beautiful new vehicle, and that's the one I want. I love that Genesis. It was the just the nice coupe or the bigger SUV.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love
Absolutely.
that thing, man. I opened it up. I was like, oh, yeah, this is it. This is the one.
And that's a fantastic way to buy a vehicle. You know, our service owners only stay in that status for 3 to 6 months.
Yep.
Yet there's tens of thousands of dollars of discounts. So
Yeah.
you're able to buy a brand new GV70 that's been in service owner status for just 90 days for $299 down and $299 a month.
Wow.
And that's a 24-month lease. Incredible offer only at Genesis of Tampa.
I love that. Yeah. And, talking about the economy, I want to go to the overall broad economy. I do have a clip. I like to play some clips from some of our leaders and what they're doing, what they're talking about here recently. So let's start with this one. So this is economist Stephen Moore talking about the economy.
Look at the facts of the economy. It is a booming economy. The latest report is almost 5.5% growth in the fourth quarter, which is an incredible number. We haven't seen that in recent memory. We've got gas prices down. Inflation is headed down to the 2% target. Median family income last year was up $2,500. Those are people in the exact middle, adjusted for inflation. I mean, I could go on and on with the positive.
So the economy's starting to boom, man. It's really kicking in. You're seeing the golden age. Give me specific knowledge related to the auto industry, Mike. What are you seeing over there at Murphy Auto Group and nationwide?
Well, we're seeing the return of down payments, so people are having more discretionary income now. That's fantastic. We're seeing an easing of the used car market. Used car valuations have been going up, up, up. They started to stabilize, and then the talks of tariffs happened, which increased the used car valuations. So it's a great, great time to buy a vehicle. Obviously, with the Fed lowering rates 3 out of the last 4 months, that's also helped the affordability. And we at Genesis of Tampa have amazing demand for these products. And we're seeing the similar thing at Miracle Toyota in Haines City, where we cannot keep Camry and Corollas and Tacomas on the shelves. I mean, these things are flying off.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I remember also going a little bit more macro here. I think you mentioned, was it Hyundai that is building a huge, I think it's like $8.9 billion plant somewhere.
Yeah,
in the
that one's
Southeast.
in Louisiana. What's amazing is Hyundai Motors originally committed $21 billion to the United States. He upped it to $26 billion. And I'm just very, very excited about. There's nothing better than driving a Genesis. Now the fact that the majority of them will be built here eventually is awfully exciting also. So the best is still yet to come. I think we're in great shape for the next 2 years.
Yeah, so it's a company, overall company, but it's built in the United States, right?
Absolutely. I like to think of it as like the opposite of the iPhone. The iPhone is an American company owned by Apple, but it's assembled in China. So
Yep.
China gets credit for that GDP production of an iPhone. In this situation, even though it may be foreign technology, majority of the parts will be from North America and they'll be assembled right here in America. So that's awfully exciting for the future.
Yeah, that's great, and that's what Trump's doing behind the scenes, making all this happen. Also, Florida Doge has been at it again. I love what's going on in Florida Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, the offices of FAFO. If you don't know what that is, look it up. But it's so today. This was a few days back. The CFO of the state, Blaise Ngolia, said that in Nassau County they exposed over $53 million of wasteful and excessive spending last year. Deep red country. It's a deep red county rather, and the budget increased more than 96% in just 5 years. Some of the biggest percentage increase of the 12 governments they've reviewed so far, bumping Manatee County out of the top spot. So it's time for tax reform. And I love this conversation, going back to the overall conversation of reducing property taxes for Americans, for Floridians rather, on primary residences. So they're going around the state, kind of a PR campaign, and they're saying, hey, this is the amount of excessive spending that we've identified, that we've noticed. And if you didn't hear yesterday's show, check it out on the YouTube channel. Broward County took a $100,000 trip over to from Broward over to the Ritz-Carlton in Naples a few years ago to just show you another example of the school board waste. But there's waste, fraud, and spending, alleged fraud, but there's wasteful spending out there, Mike. And I think, why should Floridians, taxpayers, get that one-way ratchet where the taxes consistently increase for primary residences? I think we're tired of it.
Oh, absolutely. And let's think about that dollar, right? So we work hard to earn our money. It gets taxed. Once it's done being taxed, we invest it intelligently. We find a capital gain. It gets taxed. Now we buy a home, stimulate the economy, create jobs. It appreciates. We get taxed.
Yep.
God forbid we sell it to go buy another one. We get taxed. Or we die in it and we get taxed.
Yeah.
At what point does this just become overbearing on the homeowner?
Gains that you haven't even realized. Now, yes, when you sell it and your capital, you have some money coming in. But I still feel like we're like the old throwback to the Tea Party, taxed enough already. Let's start cutting. Let's eliminate. Let's stick to the basics. Let's build the roads. Let's keep the schools open. Let's keep the power on. But we don't need to be taxed to death. So I love what Governor DeSantis is doing here in the great state of Florida, along with Blaise Ngolia and Jay Collins. So they're doing a lot of positive things. If you just joined us, by the way, we're talking with Mike Murphy. He's the owner of Murphy Auto Group, and he's a contributor on the Consumer Quarterback Show. He's our expert contributor for all things auto industry related. I'm your host, Brandon Rimes. Switch gears, Trump accounts for the children. I love this idea. Quick clip.
To celebrate a thrilling new milestone for America, the first generation of Trump account children. Trump account children. For the first time ever, we're going to give every newborn American child a financial stake in the future, head start at life, and a fair shot at the American dream, something people don't talk about so much.
I wish we had these Trump accounts when I was a kid, man. I cut a lot of grass growing up. I worked with my dad out there doing the some of the worst job I think back as far as jobs that anybody could have is cleaning up foreclosure homes. I mean, we would go in and clean out the foreclosures where people just trashed the place, left it in disarray, and we went in there and cleaned them up, cut the grass, changed the locks. But that's how I made a lot of my teenage money, or even younger. But Trump accounts, I love the idea. Number one, we're getting them started early. We're taking advantage of compound interest and growth. And then number two, we're showing them like, hey, because 10 years, 15, 20 years later, those kids are going to pull out their smartphone and open up an app and say, hey, I own $500 worth of Meta. I own $500 worth of Google. Or I own $500 of IBM stock, whatever company. Like, large corporations aren't evil, right?
100%. And I think there's a couple other benefits. Albert Einstein defined compound interest as the eighth wonder of the world. So really being able to educate the masses on the positive effects of savings, that's number one. I think number two is financial education isn't readily available. It's not taught in our public school systems, but I look at financial education like toothpaste. Once the toothpaste is out of the tube, it's damn near impossible to put it back in.
Yep.
So the younger you are and you understand the benefits of financial accounting, financial management, you're that much farther ahead than the rest of the globe. And I've got a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old. I'm awfully excited about what this means for them.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I love this. And we've got a couple. Great to see. I want to talk about Florida real estate as well. Existing home sales jumped 5.1% in December, the strongest reading in nearly 3 years. After adjusting for seasonal factors, sales are up 1.4% from a year ago. So year over year, we're up. Interest rates have dropped. We're noticing also insurances are coming down. Governor DeSantis did a State of the State address a couple weeks ago, mentioned that across the state, citizens policyholders are going to see about a 9% reduction in their policies. Earlier in the year, Progressive also mentioned that they gave $1 billion back to their policyholders. So PITI, last time I looked, you got principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. That comprises your overall payment. There's a couple of good check marks right there. Interest rates, taxes, insurances, looking like they're moving in the right direction. Mike, your take.
Well, that's fantastic news. I still have my lot at 17 West Spanish Main Street available. And just in the last 2 or 3 weeks have we really started to get a lot of calls. It's a $2 million lot on the water. And I was amazed. There were 6 or 7 months I didn't get any offers, and all of a sudden it's a new year and the phone's ringing off the hook. So now I know why.
Yeah, the momentum's starting to build. It's kind of like that pre-election, and when you're in real estate and you're in sales, it's kind of like, oh, we're going to wait and see, who wins the election. Wait and see. Now I think people waited, and they're seeing like, yes, this is a good time. We're noticing more and more people putting their homes on the market. So then you think about it from a seller's perspective. If you're thinking about listing and you wait too long, Now in your neighborhood, you're going to have 35, or your zip code, you're going to have 35 or 135 listings in that area, that zip code. Whereas right now, if you go to market right now, you may only have 45 or 50 or 60. So those numbers are starting to kind of go into people's mind and say, yeah, the time might be now. And we're going into the spring selling season. Plus, there's a lot of external factors. You look at Mondani. I've got a Bill Maher clip here. I might as well play this one too. Recently, he's talked. Did you hear about him talking here? This is
is this where he thought homeownership's racist?
Yes, exactly. Check this out.
Now, let me tell you about the story that liberal algorithms locked out. Her name is Sia Weaver. And if you ask anyone in the blue sky bubble who that is, they'll look at you like a turkey looking up at the rain. But she's kind of important in New York, being Major Mondani's big issue is the rent's too damn high. Yes, he stole this guy's act. It's a very key appointment in the most important city in the country, which is also our financial center. It matters that the mayor stands by, and so I assume stands with, someone who says things like, if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize private property, it's over. Seize private property. Home ownership is racist. Elect more communists.
Unbelievable.
Private property, especially home ownership, is a weapon of white supremacy. Really? Even among the 20 million black Americans who own their own homes?
Yeah, even among the 20 million black Americans, how many Asian Americans, how many Latino Americans own homes? And another quote she said on November 2018 said, impoverish the white middle class. Home ownership is racist / failed public policy. She said that in November of 2018. So pretty crazy stuff, Mike.
Yeah, I'm rarely speechless, but that one I'm not sure even respond appropriately to. Here's the facts. The facts are the majority of people that have got out of poverty have used home ownership as a nest egg to continue to grow their wealth. Yep. Last I checked, that didn't matter who you love, how you love, what you look like, your gender, your sexual orientation. It is the perfect free market is home ownership. That's right. I encourage everybody, regardless of race or gender, buy a home as soon as you can.
That's right. Start building up equity, start building up wealth. All right, quick break, right back. More with Mike Murphy, Murphy Auto Group here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online at BrandonRimes1, at CQB Show, and please check us out at ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleaning, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-87. or call 813-917-1894. ConsumerQB.com. We buy houses cash and fast. Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. BRimes at KW.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. BRimes at KW.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark. If you're facing an insurance claim, don't just trust the insurance company to have your best interests at heart. This is Brandon Rimes, Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to rightwaypa.com, our friend Derek Coble at rightwaypa.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rimes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, Consumer Quarterback Show. We got Mike Murphy in studio with us. Wanted to get to a couple of clips here. And also, we've got a...
Yeah. Hey, we celebrate Valentine's Day here at Murphy Auto Group. So all you have to do is register at Miracle Toyota or Genesis of Tampa. If you don't want to come physically into the location, you can do it via Instagram at Genesis of Tampa or at Miracle Toyota FL. And on Valentine's Day, we're giving away a 1-carat ring. Now, if you've been saving up to propose, this is an opportunity to get your ring for free. If you feel like treating yourself and you want a new diamond ring, feel free to win it for yourself. If you just want the diamond to put in your ear to floss at the club, feel free to do that too.
Flossing. All right, so I want to get to this Rubio clip here, but before we do, I got to mention one of our listings here. The Weeki Wachee Marina is for sale up in Weeki Wachee, Florida, 7154 Shoreline Boulevard. Beautiful listing, business for sale, commercial property on the waterfront. You got 3 waterfront lots here, 3/4 of an acre lot in beautiful Weeki Wachee, Florida, home of the Mermaids. You're on the waterfront. You have access to the Gulf, and it's a great opportunity. 7154 Shoreline Boulevard, Weeki Wachee, Florida. Another one of our 50 listings from the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see all of our radio show expert contributors at consumerqb.com. All right, so Rubio's such a stud, man. He was in front of the drill. They're getting drilled on Capitol Hill there. But here's a quick clip from him about Venezuela.
Let me just say this. What is our goal going in? We had in our hemisphere a regime operated by an indicted narco-trafficker that became a base of operation for virtually every competitor, adversary, and enemy in the world. It was, for Iran, their primary spot of operation in the Western Hemisphere was Venezuela. For Russia, their primary base of operation in the Western Hemisphere, along Cuba and Nicaragua, was Venezuela. In the case of China, China was receiving oil at a huge, about $20 a barrel discount. And it was.
He continues to make great points, but for the sake of time, I wanted to get your reaction, Mike.
Well, he's 100% right. You know, most people don't know, and some do, that my wife's Colombian, born and raised in Colombia. They're the neighbor of Venezuela. We have been following Maduro, and before that, Chavez was part of the axis of evil. This is a horrible human being, tons of blood on his hands. And to think that he was just giving all of this access to our enemies in our own hemisphere. I mean, the Monroe Doctrine literally defended us against this.
Yep.
Now I guess it's the Trump-Roe Doctrine.
Yeah.
But I am very, very excited that Maduro is where he is. The fact he's, 100 yards away from Diddy's hilarious to me on top of it.
That's amazing, isn't it? I love to see that. Lock him up. And, the Don Roe Doctrine alive and well in 2026.
Have you seen the meme of Diddy and Maduro and
No.
Diddy saying, hey, it's okay, he took my oil too?
He took my. That's hilarious. That's a good one. I did see the one that said, "What's your take on law enforcement so far?" ICE. It says, "Pretty good." That's a little rough, but yeah, Mike. Thanks for coming in, Mike. Mike Murphy, Murphy Auto Group here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check them out online, mymiracleadvantage.com.
Appreciate you.
All right. Good stuff. Coming up, Dominick Rock in the house. First American Home Warranty. He's the area manager. We're going to talk with him coming up here next. Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at Brandon Rimes1 at CQB Show. And please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Hey, we're blowing up on social media. Real excited to see a lot of the virality happening in some of our videos. Go to consumerqb.com, click on one of our videos, and subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate that. And thank you for supporting the local economy by supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show. We'll be right back.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rimes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Hey, we want to invite you to our next gratitude party. It's that time of the year where we're starting up our third Thursday events, getting back out in the community. We love to have those conversations, meeting new audience members, radio show listeners. You can come out and join us. And Dave, we're going to be over at Crown and Bull again. What a great place, man.
It was a fantastic place. So we had the Christmas party also. So
yeah.
Thursday, February 19th, 6 p.m., right in the heart of downtown Dunedin. As soon as you get around the corner there. Plenty of parking in the back. It's 319 Main Street. First drink is going to be provided by D-Rock here today with First American Home Warranty. So come on down. It's going to be a great time to get networked and meet some friends.
Yeah, come on out and join us. We'd love to see you there. It's going to be on Thursday, February 19th, 6 o'clock, Crown and Bull, right there in beautiful Dunedin, Florida. Great opportunity to come on out and join us. And, yes, Dominick Rock is the area manager for First American Home Warranty. He's in studio with us now as well. He's joining us here in just a moment. We're going to talk to him. But before we do, we always like to feature our real estate properties live on air, maximizing the exposure and the profit on the sale of our real estate listings, helping our sellers sell faster for more money with less headaches. We got a property at 10248 Carlo Way, Hills Drive. This one's in Waimama, Florida. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, 1,451 square feet, and you have a beautiful open floor plan, designed floor plan that allows the kitchen, dining, and living areas to connect effortlessly. Beautiful property here. You have the dark cherry wood cabinetry, beautiful home. I love the curb appeal there as well. You have access to an impressive lineup of resort-style amenities, including a sparkling pool, modern clubhouse with fitness center, basketball courts, and many, many more. Check out 10248 Carlo Way, Hills Drive. Carlo Way, Hills Drive in Waimama, Florida. Beautiful property right here in Tampa Bay. Another beautiful listing at 3308 Landing Place in Palm Harbor. This one is in Palm Harbor. Cobb's Landing is the community, and it's an executive-style neighborhood. Beautiful property here. You got 3 bedrooms plus an office, 3.5 bath, 2-car garage, over 3,000 square feet, over 1/3 of an acre lot, ground-level master bedroom, private pool, outdoor entertainment area, with a beautiful barbecue area as well. Private marina with boat slips, ramp onto Lake Tarpon, which is a 2,500-acre freshwater lake right here in Tampa Bay. Gated tennis and basketball courts, waterfront park, playground, and scenic walking trails. Check out 3308 Landing Place, Palm Harbor, and beautiful Cobb's Landing. And you can see all of our listings online at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see our radio and TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
Yeah, I'm raising my glass to those saving our ass overseas.
That's right. Yep. Shout out to our veterans out there, first responders, teachers, nurses, seniors, loving to work with you as well with the Platinum MVP team. All right, Dominick Rock, welcome in studio, sir.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me. I'm excited about this opportunity, just really to talk about warranties and the value of it and really get people to move the needle when it comes to finding this important.
I love it, man. And yeah, First American Home Warranty, 40-plus years of experience in the business. That's a great reputation.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time. Of course, there's a lot of competition in this industry, so of course, when it comes to experience, we've been around for 40-plus years. So just a ton of credibility in the space. I believe our name is kind of synonymous when it comes to home warranties and people being covered and people really just, having that peace of mind. Really when I'm just around town, just even in restaurants and people, ask me what I do for a living and I talk about warranty space, automatically they talk about First American Home Warranty. So the company sells itself just being around so long and just excited to be a part of First American Home Warranty.
Yeah, for some of our audience members who may not be familiar with the home warranty, can you tell us what a home warranty is, when you might want to look at buying one?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So but some people probably get it confused with homeowners insurance.
Right.
And it's completely different. Similarities in some cases, but homeowners insurance typically cover natural disasters, things of that nature, and then home warranties kind of pick up where the home insurance left up. So basically, really highlights the wear and tear of appliances, major appliances in your home, and things that are really going to just break down over time. Like it's inevitable to happen.
Yep.
With the home. So you're preparing for those things, and it's a no-brainer, right? It's one of those things where if you take your brain out, it's still supposed to make sense. But yeah, listen, guys, people spend all this money on down payments and everything like that, and when something breaks down in your home, you're not really always prepared for it. So when you have a home warranty, it gives you that peace of mind for us to come out and help you save money. And we'll get into just some of the nuances of what it costs, and I'm sure later on. But just giving people a peace of mind to cover their valuable items like the washer machine, the plumbing, the refrigerator. Most importantly, here in Florida, your AC, HVAC stuff. So things like that.
Yeah, HVAC, I mean, that can be an expensive repair.
Absolutely.
If you have to have that done. And some houses, if they're bigger, they have 2 or 3 units. So those can get pretty costly repairs. I think it's important for people to look at their budgets, especially when they're getting into home ownership. And what a shame it is that we've gotten to this point in America where the average first-time buyer is now 40 years old.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy, right? I remember, I think I bought my first home around 28 years old. But, that number used to be much lower. So when you look at budgets and you look at, the financial side of things, there's a lot of positive things happening. We put 3 or 4 new properties under contract last week. And, we're noticing a sea change. We're noticing momentum. So we're seeing interest rates coming down, even though the Federal Reserve, I know the latest meeting, they left the policy, left it unchanged for the first policy decision of 2026. But I think that there's still going to be future cuts coming. Plus, you have insurances in the state of Florida coming down. Big news, Governor DeSantis just did his State of the State address a couple weeks ago, and he was touting some of the advances made in insurance space, both home and auto. Average policy drops are around 8.7% throughout the state of Florida. So when you look at the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, of course, the interest rate helps the principal payments come down. Insurance, of course, is going to help that part of the equation. And then you look at taxes, there's an opportunity potentially to reduce or eliminate property taxes here in the state of Florida. So that's big news in housing in Florida. And then you also have, you got Mondani elected up in New York City. You've got Chicago, California, a lot of people. New Jersey is actually the second in the nation as far as in-state migration into Florida. Yeah. So a lot of people are moving to Florida. Florida real estate's hot, and I think it's a great time to get into the game. Yeah. What's your thoughts generally around the real estate space?
It's definitely changed, man, and that's a good point that you made. As far as just the age of people buying homes, and it's funny, as I was kind of preparing for to come down here, I was thinking like, man, it's crazy. Like, I'm a millennial. I was born in '86, and I believe we're probably like the last generation who really knows how to fix stuff at homes.
Right? Yeah.
You got Gen Z. Gen Z is really kind of like. Everything's all about, and of course, right now, I think it's called the alpha generation, I think. But everything with technology and stuff like that, people aren't able to fix, just a toilet. You know what I mean?
They're not as handy as they used to be.
No, they're not. They're not. So because people are making that transition from being a renter to a homeowner.
Yeah.
And, other than calling, on their dad or somebody like that, if something goes wrong, who do you call?
Yep.
So, that kind of makes the point about the home warranty. Call an expert, a contractor comes out, assess the issue, let you know exactly what's going on.
Right.
And even if you're a small business owner, why waste the time to try to fix it yourself? Money that you're losing not being at your small business because you're trying to deal with an issue a contractor could have dealt with. That's so right. Those are the kind of just nuanced stuff that, makes a home warranty so vital.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just a new purchase. You can buy it if you're already in an existing home, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we have something called Consumer Direct. And a great thing about First American Home Warranty is we don't have any age limit on the unit. So It could be 20 years old, 15 years old. We don't have any kind of prejudice on how old it is. We'll be there to fix it, whether whatever the condition is in.
Yeah, I love it. Living in the state of Florida, man, it's just such a big difference. We're seeing all this stuff on the news happening in other states, but we're in a state of law and order. We have common sense policies here in the state of Florida, stand your ground, these types of things. But when you look at the financial side, we're the number one economy in the country. I think it's the fourth year in a row. I think it was CNBC that voted that has that every year.
Yeah.
But just some of the advantages of what we've done in Florida, some of the distinct advantages and accomplishments. So in the state of Florida, the recent, Governor DeSantis, $9.7 billion in tax relief. We're on track to pay down over 50% of our state-supported debt. We enacted school choice here with approximately 1.4 million Floridian students able to choose the program they want to go. So if they're living in a failed district, their parents or their guardian can take them to a different school. That's huge. Some other states don't allow that. We've doubled the funding for cancer research. We've made transformative investments in conservation and the Everglades restoration.
Awesome.
We've enacted a lot of the strictest laws to crack down on illegal immigration. And we enacted the death penalty for child rapists. I mean, just some common sense stuff here in the state of Florida. But one of the biggest things that I'm most excited about is this clip here.
From the property tax situation. It's very important given how that's pinched so many homeowners, particularly our senior citizens who have their homes paid off and they bought it 30 years ago for a certain amount. Now they're being told it's worth so much more and they have to pony up more and more money. It's almost like they have to pay rent to the government just to be able to enjoy their property. And that's wrong. And we need to do something about it.
Yeah, we need to do something about it. And there's also multiple proposals that have been put out. So the problem is here, and we've got an image that we can put on the screen here, Dave. It's I think it's if 7 or 8 property tax cuts proposals are on the ballot at the same time, all of them will fail because we need one and only one property tax cut proposal on the ballot in 26 to offer Floridians real substantial property tax relief. Let's get it done. So that's from the CFO, because what happens is this is a constitutional amendment that we're looking to add to the Florida state constitution. It has to pass with over 60% of the vote. So if you have 7 or 8 different proposals on the ballot, they're all going to get watered down, get 10, 15, 20% maybe, and you're not going to have one true bill. So we need to everybody needs to call their state senator, their state representative. I know locally right here in Pinellas County, one of them is Bernie Jacques, who's a big proponent of this. He's a longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. You need to call and let them know, hey, look, we want one clearly written proposal on the ballot that says we want to eliminate or significantly reduce, whatever it ends up coming down to, the amount of property taxes on primary residences here in the state of Florida. Because like Governor DeSantis just mentioned, you're looking at seniors living in that home now for 30, 40 years in some cases, and their property taxes are just getting ratcheted up. And it's an unrealized gain, which is un-American. That's not a good way to go. So your thoughts generally around the property tax conversation? Have you heard much about it from your brokers out there?
It's crazy, man. And, people it's all about just, being educated and really being around in the right rooms and, just being around the information. That way, it might not have to be getting too in the weeds of the dollar amount, but just know that's a pain point, and everything like that. So, that's what I appreciate just about being in this space. Yep. You learn so much. I mean, it's not just, you networking and you rub shoulders with some of the best people that are just not just in real estate, but they just know so much information surrounding it that affects, property tax and stuff like that. So definitely appreciate that insight.
Yeah, if you just joined us, by the way, we're talking with Dominick Rock. He is an area manager with First American Home Warranty and Consumer Quarterback Show expert contributor for the real estate space. Other positives going on in the economy and specifically to real estate. We're eliminating we're offering now tax-free access to your 401k. Previously, before this new policies, I don't know if it's enacted yet or going to be soon. If you're 59 years and a half, you had to wait until after 59 and a half to access this money. Now you can access it now without a penalty. Higher tax refunds. We're seeing a lot of tax refunds, no tax on tips, Social Security, and overtime. Ending institutional investors, i.e. BlackRock, Blackstone, these big hedge fund buyers coming in, competing with the veterans, the first-time buyers, people that are looking to buy ordinary citizens. People live in homes, not corporations, is one of the best quotes I've seen in that space. Insurance rates are dropping, average of 8.7% across the state. Then you also have the potential for new loan products. They're talking about a 40, 50-year mortgage. And then also ending property taxes, potentially ending or eliminating. And that could be potentially where it's a over a 5 or 6 year period maybe where they say, hey, let's increase that situation where each year instead of getting 50 or 100K as your homestead exemption, now you're going to get 2, 3, 4, 500 over the course of 3 or 4 or 5 years off of your homestead exemption. So that could be a kind of a median place to meet. Also, capping credit cards at 10%. A lot of these homeowners and it's another great reason why you might want to get with Dominick Rock and get a first American home warranty is to, when you're budget conscious. But, a lot of people that are in credit card debt, I think it's $1.2 trillion total of credit card debt. If we're capping that at 10%, which President Trump wants to do, that's a good move also to help some of these folks that are in credit card debt to recover and have more reserves built up.
Yeah, man, get it in while you can, man.
That's right.
Take advantage of it, man.
That's right. All right, let's take a quick break. Right back. More with Dominick Rock here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Hey, our social medias are blowing up. I thank you out there for supporting us. Go to our website, consumerqb.com, and click on one of the videos. You can subscribe right there. Like, share, subscribe. You'll see all of our videos. We've got over 1 million views there. We're getting millions of views on Facebook now, Consumer Quarterback Show. Of course, we have our TikTok out there as well, IG at BrandonRimes1, at CQB Show. And we'll be right back. More with Dominick Rock here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Long lines at the airport? Check out Tampa Bay's premier private jet source. I'm Brandon Rimes for Will Smith Aviation. Aircraft management, acquisition, and sales, luxury jet escapes, and packages. Check them out online. WillSmithAviation.com. That's WillSmithAviation.com. Or call the show. I'll put you right in touch directly with Captain Will Smith. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg. Online at David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for our friends at TargetSurveying.net for all of your surveying needs. Land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, TargetSurveying.net. That's TargetSurveying.net. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Dominick Rock in studio with us here, First American Home Warranty. He's the area manager with First American Home Warranty on the Consumer Quarterback Show. He's also a drink sponsor for our next event coming up, going to be over at Crown and Bull Restaurant, excellent restaurant right there in downtown Dunedin on Thursday, February 19th. You're invited. Our audience is invited, so we'd love to see you there and have you on out to do some networking with our radio show export contributors, and our real estate team will be there as well. A couple of hot listings. We like to feature our properties on air and maximize the exposure for our sellers. 369 West Winds Drive, Palm Harbor. This is a renovated home right here in a boater-friendly community, Baywood Village. 369 West Winds Drive, Palm Harbor. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. 14 square feet, quarter-acre lot, just under a quarter-acre lot. And you have an enclosed back patio overlooking a serene conservation area with no rear neighbors. Baywood Village, a true Gulf front community, offering an HOA, optional HOA of just $60. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Palm Harbor, Florida, Tampa Bay. Great opportunity in Tampa Bay. 103 Brigadoon Drive. We got a motivated seller here at Brigadoon Drive in Clearwater. This one's a 3-3, 1536 square feet. 3-story residence. Has been updated. You got no rear neighbors, pet-friendly community, spacious bedrooms as well with their own bathroom, fully tiled. New laminate flooring as well. Clearwater Beach, only 8 miles away. You can see all of our listings, platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, we got Dominick Rock in studio with us. He's the area manager with First American Home Warranty. And Dominick, we get these questions sometimes, about the home warranties. A little bit of confusion sometimes when it comes time to actually filing a claim.
Yeah.
What does that claims process look like?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things that people get bogged down about is like, how do I file a claim and what does that look like? Really just, for people who are really comfortable with technology online, you have 24/7 access to your very own portal where you can just go right online and, you have your user ID, password, you log in and you file a claim whenever you want. For, the older people who rather talk to someone, they have a, customer service number that they can call, file a claim.
Yep.
And after that process, what happened, Brandon, is, you have a contractor that comes out. They have to assess the issue. They have to make sure the issue is valid, whatever that claim was documented as. They have to make sure that that's what it is.
Yep.
And then that approval process just makes sure that, they have the proper plan, an adequate plan that really covers that. And after that, that file is approved or denied, because sometimes it's just something we can't do, just being full transparent, right? Because I think sometimes people aren't really, practicing integrity, but I'm here to do that. And then after that happens, after the contractor approves it and everything, then it's actually scheduled for someone to come back out and actually either replace the the malfunction on the equipment, or completely repair it, or whatever needs to be done.
Yeah.
And everything gets sent to our claims department. And what really separates us, and I'll kind of make this final point, and really just the biggest differentiator is everyone gets their own claim specialist at First American Home Warranty. So you're not being bounced around, to someone overseas, whatever the case is. You actually get your own claim specialist that's going to literally walk you through the entire process from start to finish.
I love that.
So you don't have to, feel like, you're lost and really just, because sometimes that stuff gets crazy when you feel like you're being bounced around from different agent to agent. Everyone gets their own personal claim specialist.
Yeah, it's so frustrating with some companies. Some companies you try to call and talk to someone, hit number this or this or that, and and it seems like you had mentioned too the technology side. You got tech savvy people. They have the predictability and protection there, and then you have some people that just want to call up and talk to somebody. So that's great. The company kind of can go either way depending on how they want to be treated.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
100%.
how they want to access it.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, Dominick Rock, area manager, First American Home Warranty on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And in real estate, we recommend them. We recommend these things. We write them right into the contracts a lot of times. And especially if it's a home that, maybe a little bit older. Sometimes you got the aging system. So you look at so the HVAC probably being one of the most integral components of a property. So that's a good point, man. So Dominick Rock, find him online. How do you want people to connect with you, sir?
Yeah, man, I'm on Instagram, Warranty with Dom, on TikTok, Warranty with Dom, Facebook as well. Dominick Rock on Facebook, and man, I'm excited to be your resource for warranties, and I'm right here in the Tampa area. So if you ever need any questions, I'm your guy.
That's right. All right, good stuff, man. Well, thanks for coming in, Dom. Appreciate it. All right, on the front end, also, we had Mike Murphy Auto Group as well. He had a couple cool giveaways, offering giveaway for a ring, a 1-carat diamond ring, and other giveaways. So Follow him. Check us out online. If you missed the front end of the show, go to consumerqb.com. Click on the link there. You can see our previous show videos as well. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.